This is my iPhone right here. I bought it back in November of 2017 for the price of $99. It's an iPhone 6, and I decided to upgrade from the iPhone 5. Now your question might be, why would someone like myself have an old iPhone like the iPhone 6 and not go out and buy the iPhone X? That is because I understand a very simple concept called the time value of money, and I'm going to teach that to you today. So we all know that the actual manufacturer suggested retail price of the iPhone X is $1,000. But what is the actual cost of this iPhone when you consider what that money would be worth in the future? That is the question that most people are not asking. And I'm not here to pick on the iPhone. This is what I want you to think about anytime you are making a major purchase. Don't think about just what that money is worth today. Think about what that money could be worth in the future. Now here's the thing about buying the iPhone X. What is that iPhone going to be worth in 5 years, in 10 years, in 25 years? My guess is absolutely $0. It is going to depreciate in value and eventually become worthless. So my question to you is, what would happen if instead of investing $1,000 into the iPhone X, you invested $1,000 into the stock market? Now this concept of the time value of money is very simple. What this basically means is that money today is worth more tomorrow. And this could be very simple. This could mean that $1 today could be worth as much as $5 tomorrow or $10 tomorrow by investing it and letting yourself earn a return rather than spending it today. And this is the way I think about every major purchase that I make. Anytime I'm buying a very large item or spending hundreds if not thousands of dollars on something, I always stop myself and think about what is the real time value of this money compared to the short-term gratification today. So since 1928, the S&P 500 has paid around a 10% return per year, and we know that inflation, the decrease in the buying power of your money, sits at around 3% per year over a long stretch of time. So looking at that, your average return from the market is somewhere around 7%, and that is the figure we are going to use today to calculate what your $1,000 investment in the stock market would be worth in the future. So if you invested $1,000 at a 7% return, in 5 years you would have $1,402.55, and then in 10 years you would have $1,967.15. So in 10 years, the amount of money you invested in that iPhone has pretty much doubled. So you have to ask yourself, is this purchase of the iPhone today worth double this amount of money in 10 years? Is it worth it today rather than having $2,000 of future money in just 10 years? But let's keep going here because as we know, compounding is like a snowball effect, where as that snowball starts going down the hill, it accumulates more snow and becomes larger and larger. So after just 15 years, now that $1,000 investment is worth $2759.03, almost 3 times the price of that iPhone X. 20 years, now we're looking at $3869.68, almost 4 times the price of that iPhone X. So is that iPhone X today worth 4 times that investment in 20 years? That is the question you have to ask yourself. Now look at 30 years. Now we're looking at $7612.26, $7,612.26 from that $1,000 investment. 40 years down the road, we're now looking at $14,974.46, and then 50 years down the road, and I know a lot of people are going to say, I'm not going to be alive in 50 years, but I think that most people who are buying iPhones are millennials. And if you're 20 years old, then I would hope that you plan to be around when you're 70. But is that purchase of the iPhone today worth $29,457.03, almost $30,000? So the question you have to ask yourself is this: would I rather have an iPhone today or $30,000 when I was much older? Or would I rather have the iPhone today or $2,000 10 years from now? This is a very simple concept, but unfortunately very few people understand it. I'm not telling you guys not to buy the iPhone X. All I'm trying to show you is understand the time value of that money and what that money would do for you if you actually invested in something that was going to appreciate in value and not depreciate in value. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like. If you know somebody who's about to buy the iPhone X, maybe share this video with them just so they understand this concept. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing to be notified of any future uploads. And as always, I thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you are interested in learning more about investing in the stock market, I've created a free course just for you. The link is in the description below. Here are a few other videos you might enjoy as well.